Hello viewers, welcome to May-June 2021 WAEC, also known as WASSCE, past questions and detailed solution, general mathematics, mathematics call paper 1, objective test, questions 1 to 50, solution to 50 questions in one video. Question 1. Correct 0.000798516 to 3 significant figures. Now, 3SF simply means the first 3 non-zero digits from the left hand side. Such digits are 7, 9, 8. So you need to approximate by considering the next digit 5. Because you have 5 there, you round it up to 1. If you add 1 to 8, it becomes 9. So for 3SF, you have 0.00799. C is the correct option. Question 2. Simplify 1 base 2 all squared. So because of the square, it simply means that you should multiply 1 base 2 by itself. So you arrange it for multiplication using the first digit. You have 1. If you use the second digit, you also have 1. And you know, after you multiply like this, the next thing is to add 1 plus nothing here. You have 1. You know, when you are adding a base 2, you only have 2 digits as your result, 0 and 1. So 1 plus 1, it ought to be 2, but you do not have 2 in base 2. So you divide that 2 you have by 2, and that is 1 remainder 0. You put down the 0 and you take the remainder 1 here. So if you add again, 1 plus 1 is the same 0 remainder 1. So you put that 0, you take the 1 forward, and you bring the 1 down. In other words, 1 plus 1 is 10. That is in base 2 now. 1 plus 1 is 10. You put down 0, you carry 1. So by this, A is the correct option. Question 3. Solve 2 to the power of root 2s plus 1 equal to 32. What you have here is exponential equation. You can express the bases 2 and 32 as base 2. So you have 2 to the power of root 2s plus 1 equal to 2 to the power of 5 for 32. Now the bases are equal. If you equate them, you are left with the powers that are equal. You need to remove the square root from the left hand side. To do that, you just have to square both sides. If you square both sides, you have 2s plus 1 equal to 25. Collect like terms. 2s is equal to 25 minus 1. 2s is equal to 24. Divide through by 12. Divide through by 2. Divide through by 2 to get s. So 2 is equal to 24 over 2, and that is 12. C is the correct option. Question 4. If log 2 base 10 is equal to m and log 3 base 10 is equal to n, find log 24 base 10 in terms of m and n. solution. So you have log 24 base 10. For us to achieve 2 and 3 from that log 24 base 10, you need to first express it as log 8 times 3 base 10. We can obtain 2 from 8. This is product, and product implies addition. So when you add, the base is spread across the numbers 8 and 3. So you have log base 8, log 8 base 10, log 8 base 10, and log 8 base 10 can be expressed as log 2 cube, because we are interested in 2 and 3, can be expressed in log 2 power 3 base 10, then plus 3 log 3 base 10. So you have log 2 base. So let's take it from here again. You have log 8 times 3 base 10. This is product law, which can be reversed to addition if base 10, that is log base 10, is spread across. So you have log 8 base 10 plus log 3 base 10. Because it is 2 that we need, you can express 8 as 2 cube. By power law, power 3 is used to multiply the log in this form. So you have 3 log 2 base 10 plus log 3 base 10. Log 2 is m, so you have 3m plus log 3 base 10 is n, so you have plus n. So A is the correct option. Question 5. Find the fifth term of the sequence 2, 5, 10, 17. So let us get a pattern from the first 4 terms. The first term is 2. To get the second term 5, you add 3 to the first term. You have the second term. To get the third term, you add 5 to the second term. To get the fourth term, you add 7 to the third term. So the pattern is addition of the next odd number to the previous term. So the fifth term, we have to add the next odd number 9 to 17, and that is 26. D is the correct option. Question 6. If P is a set with the element minus 3 less than S less than 1, and Q is a set with element minus 1 less than S less than 3, where S is a real number, find P intersection Q. The set P under the given range, the elements are minus 2, minus 1, and 0, because minus 2 and 1 are not inclusive. Then set Q by the given range, you have 0, 1, 2, minus 1 and 3, they are not inclusive, so the intersection is 0. If you look at the options, the only option with element 0 is option A. By this range, minus 1 and 1 are not inclusive, so you have only 0. So A is the correct option. Question 7. Factorize 6PQ minus 3RS minus 3PS plus 6 2q arrow. This is factorization by grouping, but before then, if you check all the terms, 3 is common, so you factor out 3 first. So if you group the terms, you can take the second term with third term because they have a letter in common. Then you can group the fourth term with second term. You are trying to follow the order of the letters. So from the first group, you can factor out p. If you factor out p, you have it in this form. From the second group, you can factor out arrow. If you factored out arrow from the second group, you have it in this form. Clearly, you see that 2q minus s is common. If you take it out again, you are left with p here plus arrow that will form the other bracket. And this is the factorization that you are asked to do. So B is the correct option. Question 8. What number should be subtracted from the sum of two whole number 1/6 and two whole number 7/12 to give three whole number 1/4? Let that number be s. So the first two fractions, if you add them together and subtract s from it, it is equal to the third fractions. So if you convert the mixed fractions to improper fractions, you have this result. So let's simply take s to the right and 13/4 to the left, and you have it in this form, so that you just have to simplify the left hand side by finding the LCM of 6, 12, 4, and that is 12. You know the rule now. You divide the LCM by each denominator and your answer times numerator. That gives this step. If you add and subtract, you have 18/12 equal to s. You can divide the two numbers by 6, so you have s equal to 3/2. To mixed fraction, you have one whole number 1/2. B is the correct option. Question 9. Mesa is 5 years old and Joyce is thrice old as Mesa. In how many years' time? In how many years will Joyce be twice as old as Mesa? From the question, Mesa's age is 5. Joyce's age is thrice, that is 3 times 5 equal to 15. So let's get the age difference. The age difference is 10, but I think we don't even need that. Let s be the years Joyce will be twice, that is in the future now. So you add s to Joyce's age, that is 15 plus s, and you add s to Mesa's age, but twice. That means you multiply 2. You multiply that expression 5 plus s by 2. If you expand the right hand side, you have 10 plus 2s. So you equal to the left. Collect like terms. You have 15 minus 10 equal to 2s minus s, and that is s equal to 5. C is the correct option. Question 10. If 16 times 2 to the power of s plus 1 is equal to 4 power s times 8 to the power of 1 minus s. Find the value of s. What you have is exponential equation. So let us express in the common base of 2. You express 16 as base 2 in this form, 4 as base 2 in this form, and 8 as base 2 in this form. You apply the law of multiplication of indices, which states that when numbers with the same basis are multiplied, their powers are added. So if you open this bracket with 3, you have 3 minus 3s, and you add to the other power. The same thing you do here. Now the bases are the same. If you equate them, you are left with the powers. But this 5 plus s you have here is 4 plus 1. That is 5 plus s. And 3 minus s, you have 3. 2s minus 3s is minus s. So you have it in that form. You collect like terms. You have s plus s equal to 3 minus 5. And that is 2s equal to minus 2. Divide through by 2, s is equal to minus 1. D is the correct option. Petakus Simplified Maths. If you are viewing and watching from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates from time to time. Like and share PSM videos. If you are viewing and watching from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 11. The circumference of a circular track is 9 kilometers. A cyclist rides round it a number of times and stops after covering a distance of 302 kilometers. How far is the cyclist from the starting point? Solution. Circumference of the circular track is 9 kilometers. Distance covered, you have 302 kilometers. Now, number of complete circles, how many times the cyclist went round or revolutions from the starting point is simply the distance covered divided by the circumference of the circular track. And you have 33 circles, remainder 5. That is additional 5 kilometers. So the distance of the cyclist from the starting point would be 5 kilometers. That is the remainder. That is where the cyclist was from the starting point. B is the correct option. Question 12. Simplify 2 root 7 minus 14 over root 7 plus 7 over root 21. This is the given problem. Let us rationalize the the second term by using root 7 to multiply 14 and root 7, and you have it in this form. Also, rationalize the third term by using root 21 to multiply 7 and root 21. You have it in this form. You cannot find the LCM. You write this as over 1, and the LCM is 21. You divide 21 by 1. You have 21 times 2 root 7. You have 42 root 7 minus. You divide the LCM 21 by 7. You have 3. You have 3. 3 times 14. 3 times 14. So 3 times 14 root 7 you have 42 root 7. Then you divide 21 by 21, you have 1 times 7 root 21, you have 7 root 21. The first and second term becomes 0, so you are left with 7 root 21 over 21. You divide 7 and 21 by 7, you have 3 left in the denominator, so the result is root 21 over 3. So C is the correct option. Question 13. If 4s plus 2y is equal to 16 and 6s minus 2y is equal to 4, find the value of y minus s. You have to solve the equations simultaneously, and I want to use elimination method, and I want to eliminate variable y because its coefficients are the same in both equations. Since the signs are opposite, plus minus, I just need to add in order to eliminate y. So you add equations 1 and 2. When you add, you have 10s equal to 20. Divide through by 10, s is equal to 2. To get y, you simply replace s with 2 in any of the equations. I'm using equation 1. So this is equation 1. You replace s with 2. So you have 4 times 2 plus 2y equal to 16. If you collect like 10, you have 2y equal to 16. Now 4 times 2 is 8. So you have minus 8. 2y is equal to 8. Divide through by 2. Y is equal to 4. Therefore, y minus s simply means 4 minus 2, and that is 2. B is the correct option. Question 14. Given that arrow is directly proportional to L and inversely proportional to P, you have arrow equal to 3 when L is equal to 9 and P is 0.8. Find arrow when N is 15, when L is 15 and P is equal to 18. Solution. Arrow is directly proportional to L, that is the numerator, and inversely to P over P. Now, in proportion or variation, we always do away with the symbol of variation. You do that by introducing equality sign and also the constant of variation to multiply the right hand side. The reason why arrow is equal to 3, L is equal to 9, and P is equal to 0.8 is to enable you find K. So you simply replace arrow LP with what they stand for in this expression, and you have this. If you cross multiply, you have 3 times 0.8 equal to 9k. You divide through this expression by 9, you have k equal to 3 times 0.8 over 9, and that is 0.8 over 9 over 3. If you reduce 3 and 9, you have 0.8 over 3. And when you divide, you have 0.26. Now that value of k is known, you can now establish the formula that is connecting arrow L and P by simply replacing k in these results. So you have arrow equal to 0.26L over P. You are given that arrow is unknown, L is 15, and P is equal to 18. That you should find arrow. You simply come here, you replace L with 15 and P with 18 in this form. If you multiply and divide, you have 2.1666667. So the options are given to one decimal place. For that, you have 2.2 to one decimal place. So A is the correct option. Question 15. In the diagram, angle ABC and angle BCD are right angles, that is 90 degrees. Angle BAD is equal to T. Angle EDF is 70 degrees. Find the value of T. Now ABCD is a quadrilateral, and if you add the four angles, the sum is 360 degrees. But this angle is needed, so this angle here is simply equal to 70 degrees. That is vertically opposite angle. So angle ADC is 70 degrees. So if you add the four angles in diagram, the sum is equal to 360. So you have 250 degrees plus T equal to 360 degrees. If you collect like terms, T is equal to 360 degrees minus 250 degrees, and that is 110 degrees. D is the correct option. D is the correct option. Question 16. The sum of the interior angles of a regular polygon with k sides is 3k minus 10. Minus 10 right angles. Find the size of the exterior angle. So from this question, k is replacing n. We are used to n. Now you have k. So sum of interior angles of a polygon, the sum of the interior angles is given by this formula. Now that we have k in place of n, it becomes k minus 2 times 180 degrees. From the question, that sum is 3k minus 10. So you have 3k minus 10 right angle, that is times 90 degrees, is equal to the main formula. Divide through by 90 degrees. You have 3k minus 10, then 2 is remaining here. Divide through by 90, and we multiply k minus 2. If you open the bracket, you have 3k minus 10 equal to 2k minus 4. Collect like terms, you have it in this form. If you add and subtract, you have k is equal to 6. Now the size of the exterior angle, you know that all the exterior angles, their sum is 360 degrees. So to get the size of the exterior angle, you divide 360 by 6, and that is 60 degrees. So A is the correct option. Question 17. Make U the subject of the relation S equal to 2U minus 3 over 3U plus 2. So this is the given relation. If you cross multiply, you have it in this form. If you expand the left hand side, you have this result. Now let's collect like terms. The term that contain U to one side, and every other term to the other side. You have it in this form. You can factor out u from the right hand side. You want to make u the subject, you have this result. You divide through by 2 minus 3s to have u. So therefore u is equal to 2s plus 3 over 2 minus 3s. So C is the correct option. Question 18. A trader paid import duty of 38 kobo in the naira on the cost of an engine. If a total of 22,800 naira was paid as import duty, calculate the cost of the engine. So let S be the cost of the engine. So you have 38 kobo of S is equal to the total amount paid as import duty. You simply make S the subject by dividing through by 38 kobo. Now the unit ought to be the same, naira. So you divide 38 by 100 to convert it to naira, and that is 0 naira 38 kobo. If you divide, you have 60,000 naira as the cost of the engine. So A is the correct option. Question 19. The height of an equilateral triangle is 10 root 3 cm. Calculate its perimeter. The stated triangle has all its sides to be equal. Now the height AE is 10 root 3. Once you get any of the sides, you multiply it by 3, or you add it 3 times to get the perimeter. In this triangle also, each angle is 60 degrees. So now that we know the height, let's get AC. Once you know AC, it is equal to AB and is equal to BC. So you have to consider triangle AEC. So we have opposite and hypotenuse, that is sine 60 degrees equal to opposite over hypotenuse. The opposite is 10 root 3 over hypotenuse AC. Now sine 60 degrees is root 3 over 2 using special angle equal to 10 root 3 over AC. If you make AC the subject, you have 2 times 10 root 3 first, divide by root 3, you have in this form. If you cancel root 3 by root 3, you have 20 centimeters. So the perimeter is adding all the sides which are equal 20 each. That is 20 plus 20 plus 20, and you have 60 degrees. By this, B is the correct option. Question 20. In triangle LMN, side LM is 6 cm, angle LMN 90 degrees, angle LNM is equal to S, sin S is equal to 3 over 5. Find the area of triangle LMN. Solution. So this triangle illustrates the information, the respective angles and side. Now we have to find the area. The area is height times base. So the base A is needed. So the base is B. The base B is needed. Now the information about sin S equal to 3 over 5 will help us to find A first. So once A is obtained, you can get B. So you have sin S equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Now sin s is 3/4. Opposite is 6. Hypotenuse is a. If you make a the subject, you have it in this form, and a is 10. To get b, you have to use Pythagoras rule, where you have a squared is equal to 6 squared plus b squared. Now a is 10, so you square 10 in this form. If you simplify further, you have 10 minus 36. 6 squared is 36. You collect like terms, you have it in this form, equal to b squared. So you have b squared equal to 64, and b is the root of 64, and that is 8 centimeters. So the base is known. So area of triangle LMN is 1/2 times base times height, and that is 24 squared centimeters. C is the correct option. Petakus simplified maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates, like and share PSM videos. If you are viewing and watching from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 21. Consider the statements P. All students offering literature also offer history. Statement Q. Students offering history do not offer geography. Which of the Venn diagrams correctly illustrate the two statements? Looking at Q, there is no point of intersection between history and geography. That means option A and D are already out. So we are considering B and C. The first statement, all students offering literature. That means all students in literature, they are also in history. They also offer history. So between B and C, C is the correct option. Literature is in history. C is the correct option. Question 22. Find the quadratic equation whose roots are minus 2q and 5q. Such equation can be obtained using the simple rule below. That is s squared minus sum of roots times s plus product of roots equal to 0. So this is sum of roots, multiply it by s, and product of roots. If you add the roots, minus 2q plus 5q, you have 3q. You multiply the roots, you have minus 10q squared, you equate to 0. If you open the bracket, you have s squared minus 3qs minus 10q squared equal to 0. D is the correct option. Question 23. If tan theta is equal to 3/4 180 degrees less than equal to theta less than equal to 270 degrees, find the value of theta. Cos theta, find the value of cos theta. The ratio cos is expressed as adjacent over hypotenuse. That means you need to get hypotenuse with the information about tangent, which is expressed as opposite over adjacent. So you have a right angle triangle with theta as the acute angle. So you have 3 is the opposite, the side facing the angle, and 4 is adjacent. By Pythagoras rule, the hypotenuse AC is equal to 5. Now, cos theta is adjacent over hypotenuse, and that is 4 over 5. Now look at the given range. The given range is the third quadrant where cosine is negative. So your answer becomes minus 4 over 5. So instead of A, C is the correct option. Question 24. If 2 over s minus 3 minus 3 over s minus 2 is equal to p over s minus 3 times s minus 2, find the value of p. So this is a given equation. If you check the denominator properly, the LCM is s minus 3 times s minus 2. So you multiply each term by the LCM to clear fractions. So you have it in this form. If you open the bracket in the left hand side, you have 2s minus 4 minus 3s plus 9 minus 3 times minus 3 is plus 9 equal to p. If you add, you have minus s plus 5 equal to p. 2s minus 3s is minus s. Minus 4 plus 9 is plus 5. This can also be written as p equal to 5 minus s. By this, A is the correct option. Question 25. The diagonals of a rhombus are 12 cm and 5 cm. Calculate its perimeter. This is a rhombus. Because of this point of intersection, you have to divide the diagonal. 12 becomes 6, 6, then 5, 2.5, 2.5. Diagonal, the perimeter is simply the addition of all the sides, or you multiply one side by 4. So let's get one side. So we'll consider triangle AOD. The point of intersection is O. So by Pythagoras rule, you have the length L squared is equal to 6 squared plus 2.5 squared, and that is 36 plus 6.25, and you have 42.25. To get L, you take the root of 42.25, and that is 6.5. The perimeter becomes 4 times L, that is 4 times 6.5, and you have 26 centimeters. A is the correct option. Question 26. In the diagram, triangle SYZ is produced to T if SY is equal to ZY and angle SYT is 40 degrees, find angle SZT. That is this angle. If you are able to get this angle and you add it to 40, you get angle SZT. But by the marking that you have there, it shows that this triangle is isosceles triangle. For that reason, the base angles here are equal. So you have angle YSZ is equal to angle YZS. Let that angle be A. So if you add the three angles in the triangle, the sum is 180 degrees. That is what you have here. So A plus A is 2A. Collect like terms, 180 degrees minus 40 degrees, that is 140. Divide through by A by 2. Divide through by 2. Say A is equal to 70 degrees. This angle you are looking for is equal to 70 plus 40. That is exterior angle is equal to sum of the two opposite interior angles. So angle SZT is equal to 40 degrees plus 70 degrees, and that is 110 degrees. A is the correct option. Question 27. A solid brass cube is melted and recast as a solid cone of height h and base radius r. If the height of the cube is h, find r in terms of h. What is common to a cube and a cone is volume, and because one was obtained from the other, their volumes are equal. Now in terms of h, the volume of the cube becomes h cube equal to volume of a cone. You can divide through by h. If you do that, you have h squared equal to 1 over 3 pi r squared. If you cross multiply, you have 3h squared equal to pi r squared. You are asked to find r in terms of h. You have to make r the subject by dividing through by pi. You have it in this form. You take the square root of both sides and you have r equal to this. Now square root of h squared is h, so you have h outside. If you have h outside, so h is not here again. So what you have is h square root of 3 over pi. So D is the correct option. Question 28. Which of the following is not an exterior angle of a regular polygon? Here you simply do a check. The angle that cannot divide the sum of all exterior angles, that is 360 degrees, is not an exterior angle, and that angle is simply 6 degrees. So A is the correct option. Question 29. From a point T, a man moves 12 kilometers due west and then moves 12 kilometers due south to another point Q. Calculate the bearing of T from Q. So this is point T. The man moved to the west part. This is west, and the distance is 12 kilometers. When he gets to point Q to point P, he moves south. That is down to another point Q. Distance also 12 kilometers. Now find the bearing of T from Q. You simply go to Q. Now this is Q. The bearing is from the north to the line that is joining T and Q. So let that angle be theta. Now this quadrant here, the angle you have here is 90 degrees. So triangle QPT is a right angle triangle where you have the opposite and adjacent. So tangent is used. Tan theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. That is 12 over 12, and you have 1. To get theta, you take the inverse of tangent of 1, and that is 45 degrees. Since we are interested from the north to that line that join point T and Q, that is simply theta. So therefore, the bearing of T from Q is 0.45 degrees. That is 3-digit bearing, the one that is used in calculation. C is the correct option. Question 30. In the diagram, O is the center of the circle PQRS. Angle PQR is 72 degrees and QR is parallel PS. Find angle OPS. That is this angle. So because we have a QR, is it QR? We have OR. OR is parallel PS. So solution, since OR is parallel PS, it means that if you add angle OPS to this angle, their sum is 180. That is interior opposite angles. But this angle is first needed, angle POR. It is angle at the center and is twice angle at circumference. So angle POR is equal to 2 times angle PQR. So angle POR is 44 degrees. So if you add angle POR to angle OPS, the sum is 180 degrees, sum of interior opposite angles. So you have 144 degrees plus angle OPS is equal to 180 degrees. Angle OPS is equal to 180 degrees minus 144 degrees, and that is 36 degrees. D is the correct option. Petakus Simplified Maths. If you are viewing and watching from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates from time to time. Like and share PSM videos. If you are viewing and watching from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 31. A trapezium of sides 10 cm and 21 cm and height 8 cm is inscribed in a circle of radius 7 cm. Calculate the area of the region not covered by the trapezium. The area not covered is equal to area of circle minus area of trapezium. So area of circle is pi r squared, and this is the area of a trapezium. So A and B, that is a sum of parallel sides. So A is 10, B is 21, and H is 8, while the radius of the circle is 7. You have everything in this form. If you simplify, you have 22 times 7. You know, 7 square is 49. Divided by 7 is 7. Minus, you divide 8 by 2, you have 4. If you add here, you have 31 times 4 in this form. And you have 154 minus 124, and that is 30 squared centimeters. 30 squared centimeters. C is the correct option. Question 32. Find correct to 2 decimal places the mean of one whole number 1 over 2, 2 whole number 2 over 3, 3 whole number 3 over 4, 4 whole number 4 over 5, and 5 whole number 5 over 6. The mean is simply the addition of all the given fractions divided by 5, the number of fractions. So if you convert the fractions to improper fraction, you have it in the numerator. Divide by 5. Divide by 5 the number of fraction. Okay, so let us treat the numerator by adding the fractions, and of course you find the LCM. The LCM is 60. If you divide the LCM by each denominator and you multiply accordingly, you have 90 plus 160 plus 225 plus 288 plus 350. So let's divide it by 5 in this manner. But you can write this as over 1. So if you add the numerators, you have this. Now let's change the visual sign to multiplication, and you invert 5 over 1 to 1 over 5. If you multiply, you have this result, and when you divide, you have 3.71 to 2 decimal places. A is the correct option. Question 33. A cyclist moved at a speed of s kilometers per hour for 2 hours. He then increased his speed by 2 kilometers per hour for the next 3 hours. If the total distance covered is 36 kilometers, calculate his initial speed s. Before the initial speed, you should find the initial speed s. Okay, so from here we have two journey. The first one, s kilometer for 2 hours. Then maybe when the cyclist was returning from the first journey, he increased his speed by 2 kilometers for the next 3 hours. So we have to, since total distance covered is this, we have to get the distance from the two journeying. If you add together, you equate it to 36 kilometers. So speed is distance over time, and from there distance is speed times time. So first journey, the speed is s and the time is 2 hours, so distance is 2s. For the second journey, he increased the speed by 2, so you have s plus 2. The distance is unknown, while the time for that journey is 3, so distance become s plus 2 times 3, that is 3s plus 6. If you add the two distance together, it is equal to 36, and you have, if you collect like terms, 36 minus 6 equal to 5s, that is 30 equal to 5s. Divide both sides by 5, so s is equal to 6 kilometers per hour. D is the correct option. Question 34. Find the value of s plus y in the diagram. To get s and y, you have to mark other angles, because to get s, you need this angle. So we mark that angle as A, and to get y, this angle is needed because y is equal to B. Now A is equal to 35 degrees, that is corresponding angles. So if you add s plus A, the sum is 180 degrees, sum of angles on a straight line. So s is equal to 180 degrees minus A, that is 180 degrees minus 35 degrees, and you have 145 degrees. Now B plus 110 is equal to 180, sum of interior opposite angles. That is what you have there. If you make B the subject, B is equal to 180 degrees minus 110 degrees, and that is 70 degrees. Y is equal to B equal to 70 degrees, vertically opposite angles. Therefore, S plus Y is equal to 145 degrees plus 70 degrees, and that is 215 degrees. A is the correct option. Question 35. In the diagram, MP is a tangent to the circle NQR. Angle PNQ is 64 degrees and arrow Q is equal to arrow N. Find the angle marked T. Find the angle marked T. So we have a solution. So we have to find the angle marked T. Now, if you can get this angle, if you add the three together, you have angles on a straight line. But before then, this angle here is equal to this angle. That is alternate segment. Now, by the marking, triangle arrow NQ is isosceles triangle. So for that, the base angles are also equal. So if you add the three angles, you equate to 180, you get the base angle. And if you add these three angles, you have angles on a straight line, and you can get T from there. So the solution continue. So you have angle N arrow Q, that is this angle, 64 degrees, alternate segments in triangle N arrow Q. The base angles are equal. Let the base angles be S. So if you add the three angles in the triangle, their sum is 180 degrees. You add S and collect like terms. You have 2S equal to this, and that is 116 degrees. Divide through by 2. S is 58 degrees. It follows that if you add these three angles now, this angle is now 58. So T plus 58 degrees plus 64 degrees equal to 180. You have it in this form. If you collect like terms, you have T equal to 58 degrees. B is the correct option. Question 36. Find the first quartile of 7, 8, 7, 9, 11, 8, 7, 9, 6, and 8. First, the data you need to rearrange there in an ascending or descending order. So you have ascending order of arrangement, that is 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, 11. Now, quartile divides distribution into 4 equal parts. So the first quartile is 1/4 of the total observation. That is 10, or 1/4 times 10. That is 10/4. And that gives 2.5 position of the observation. So 2 is the data in the second position, but we have 2.5. You have to shift to the data in the third position, and that is 7. So the first quartile denoted by Q1 is 7.0. B is the correct option. Question 37. In the diagram, PQRS is a circle. Find the value of S. We have PQRS we can take it as a circle, and at the same time the one inside, the one inscribed, is a quadrilateral. And as such, if you add angle P to angle arrow, the sum is 180 degrees. Then from there you have 2s plus y equal to 180. Let's call that equation 1. If you add angle Q to angle S, the sum is also 180. Sum of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral. So with that, you have S plus 2y equal to 180 plus 30. If you transfer this angle, and you have S plus 2y equal to 210, equation 2. Since you are asked to find S, let's eliminate y from both equations. You have to solve the equations simultaneously. So to eliminate y, so this is equation 1, you have y here. Equation 2, you have 2y. So we need to make y to have the same coefficients before we subtract, because the signs are the same. So you have to multiply through equation 1 by 2. If you do that, you have 4s plus 2y equal to 360. Now the coefficient of y, they are the same. You can now subtract equation 3 and 2. So you have 4s minus s here, you have 3s. 2y minus 2y is gone, so you have 360. 360 minus 210 minus 210, that is 150 degrees. Divide through by 3, so s is equal to 50 degrees. A is the correct option. Question 38. A cone has a base radius of 8 cm and a height of 11 cm. Calculate, correct to 2 decimal places, the curved surface area. So for a cone, the curved surface area is pi RL. From the question, arrow is 8 cm. Arrow is 8 cm. The slant height L is unknown and the height is 11 cm. In the formula, height is not needed, but the height is given alongside radius to enable you find the slant height L. In a right circular cone, the slant height, the height and the radius are related in this form. So the slant height L squared is equal to 11 squared plus 8 squared, that is 121, plus 64, you have 185. So L is the square root of 185. 185 is not a perfect number, so let's leave it in that form. So the curved surface area is equal to pi RL, that is equal to 22 over 7 times radius is 8 times the slant height square root of 185. So if you check the square root of 185, multiply it by 8, multiply it by 22, you have this value over 7. If you divide, you have this. To 2 decimal places, we must consider 97. The next number is 9, it's more than 5. Round it up to 1. If you add 1 to 7, it becomes 8. So you have 341.898 squared centimeter as the curved surface area. A is the correct option. Question 39. Given that sin S is equal to 3 over 5, 0 degrees less than equal to S less than equal to 90 degrees, evaluate tan S plus 2 cos s. In order to evaluate tan s, the adjacent is needed. So you use the information about sin s. Even for cos s, you also need the adjacent. So sin s is 3 over 5. That is opposite over hypotenuse. So you draw a right angle triangle with s as the acute angle. 3 is opposite the side facing the angle, and 5 is hypotenuse. By Pythagoras rule, the adjacent is 4. So tan s opposite over adjacent, that is 3 over 4. We have 2 cos s, that is 2 times adjacent over hypotenuse. You have 2 times 4 over 5, and that is 8 over 5. So tan s plus 2 cos s is simply equal to 3 over 4 plus 8 over 5. Fractions addition, you find the LCM and it is 20. Divide 20 by 4, multiply it by 3, you have 15, plus divide 20 by 5, multiply it by 8, you have 32. If you add, you have 47 over 20. If you convert to mixed fraction, you have 2 whole number, 7 over 20. B is the correct option. Question 40. In the diagram, EC is a diameter of the circle ABCDE. If angle ABC is 158 degrees, find angle ADE. So you have to find this angle ADE. This angle is equal to this angle. Angles in the same segment. Before then, let's try and get this angle by considering ABCE. You have cyclic, quadrilateral, and the opposite angles, this and 158, their sum is 180. That is one point to note. Since EC is a diameter, it means this angle is 90 degrees, angle in a semicircle. So you have angle EAC to be 90 degrees. So if you add angle B and E in form of angle AEC, that is using 3 letters notation, plus angle ABC, the sum is 180 degrees, cyclic, quadrilateral. So AEC is equal to 180 degrees minus ABC, that is 158 degrees, and that is 22 degrees. Since this angle is 90 degrees, it means if you add this angle to this angle is equal to 90, complementary angle, and angle ACE is 90 degrees minus this angle here, 22 degrees, and you have 68 degrees. Now the angle you are looking for, ADE, is equal to ACE, that is 68 degrees. Angles in the same segment. Petakus Simplified Maths. If you are watching a view from YouTube, subscribe to the channel for more updates. Like and share PSM videos. If you are watching a view from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 41. The table shows the height of 37 players of a basketball team. calculate correct to one decimal place the mean height of the players. So here we take the height as S, number of players as F, and mean for grouped data is calculated using sum of Fs over F. So you have S, you have F. So let's add the row Fs. That is the product of F and S. So you have 160 times 4. You have 640. 161 times 6. You have 966, and so on. We are interested in sum of frequencies, that is 37, and the sum of Fs, that is 6030. So the mean is 6030 divided by 37. You have this result. To one decimal place, you have 163.0. A is the correct option. Question 42. SY is a line segment with coordinates S -8, -12, and Y, P, and Q. If the midpoint of SY is -4, -2, find the coordinates of Y. This is how midpoint is obtained. Now this is what happened. From the first coordinate here, this is S1, this is Y1. From the second coordinate, this is S2, and you have Y2. Okay, this is S1. Okay, yes, that is what you have there. You have S1, Y1, S2, you have Y2. So when the midpoint is -4, you have S1 plus S2 equal to the midpoint -4, and that is what you have here. When the midpoint is -2, you have Y1 -12 plus Y2, that is Q, equal to -2, and that is what you have here. From the two linear equations, you solve for P and Q. The first one, P is equal to 0, and the second one, Q is equal to 8. So coordinate Y, that is PQ, is equal to 0, 8. B is the correct option. Question 43. 500 tickets were sold for a concert. Tickets for adults and children were sold at $4.5 and $3 respectively. If the total receipts for the concert was $1,887.5, how many tickets for adults were sold? This question will lead to a system of simultaneous linear equation. So that means if the total ticket sold for adults and children, this is the sum. Okay, 500 tickets were sold, while the total ticket, the sum is this. So you have A plus C, the total ticket of 500. So A plus C is equal to 500. That is equation 1. Now 4.5 for adults and 3 for children. So you multiply adult by 4.5, multiply children by 3. Total cost is this. That is 4.5A plus 3C equal to 1987.5. So you solve both equations simultaneously. Now you are asked to find the number of tickets for adults. So you just have to eliminate C and get A. In both equations, you need to have 3 here so that when you subtract, it takes up this. So you multiply through equation 1 by 3 and you have it in this form. To eliminate C, you subtract equation 2 and 3. So you have 4.5a minus 3a. You have 1.5a. If you subtract 3c and 3c disappear, you subtract this and you subtract this, you have 487.5. To get a, divide both sides by 1.5 and a is equal to 325. So the adult tickets were 325. A is the correct option. Question 44. The distance D between two villages is more than 18 kilometers but not more than 23 kilometers, but not more than 23 kilometers. Which of these inequalities represents the statement? So from the first statement, the distance D is more than 18 kilometers. That is, D is strictly more than, that is greater than 18. This implies that 18 is less than D. If you interchange the position of D and 18, the symbol also changes. The second one, but not more than. But not more than, that means the highest distance there is 23. It can be 23 and lower, but not more than. That means less than or equal to. It can be 23 or lower than 23. This is what you have there. If you put together, you start from 18 followed by less than, then you get to D, you also get to D here, so you take 1D and less than or equal to 23. So D is the correct option. Question 45. The pie chart represents the distribution of fruits on display in a shop. If there are 60 apples on display, how many oranges are there? So first, you need to get the sectorial angle for orange, but before you can get the number of oranges, you need to get the total fruits. The information about apples will help us to get the total fruits before number of oranges can be obtained. So the sectorial angle for orange, if you add 60, 20, if you add 60, 80 and 100 and you subtract from 360 the total angle in the circle, you have the sectorial angle for orange. This is what you have here, and you have 120 degrees. Total fruits are needed using the information about apple. Now normally, if you are to get the number of apple, it means sectorial angle for apple over total angles times total fruits will give us the number of apples. Sectorial angle for apples, you have 80 degrees over 360 degrees times total fruits equal to 60 degrees. If you make total fruit the subject, before then you can reduce. First 0 can take care of 0. You are left with 8 over 36. To make total fruit the subject, you multiply through first by 36 that is remaining, so you have 60 over 36, and you divide by 8 to have total fruit standing alone, and that is 270 fruits. So number of orange in the shop is sectorial angle for orange, that is 120 degrees over 360 degrees times total fruit 270. If you reduce, multiply and divide, you have 90 oranges in the shop. So D is the correct option. Question 46. A bus contains 40 identical balls, of which 10 are red and 12 are blue. If a ball is selected at random from the bus, what is the probability that it is neither red nor blue? Neither red nor blue. Solution: you have probability neither red nor blue is equal to 1 minus probability either red or blue. Now from here we have addition rule. So probability red is number of red balls over total. So you have 10 red balls over 40 plus that of blue, they are 12 over total, that is 12 over 40. So the sum, this sum, you subtract it from 1. So if you open the bracket, you simply have this. The LCM is 40. Divide 40 by 1 is 40 times 1. You have 40 minus 10 minus 12, and that is 18 over 40. Divide by 2, you have 9 over 20. So A is the correct option. Question 47. A fair die is tossed twice. What is the probability of getting a sum of at least 10? So let the sample space be S, and it is generated as follow. Twice, you have the first side. For the first row, you have 1 to 6. Second row, 1 to 6. Because we are interested in the sum, if you take the first side, you add to all the other side, you have 2 to 7. You take 2 as well, you add, you have 3 to 8. You take 3 and you add to the other side, you have 4 to 9, and so on. Sum of at least 10 means 10 and above. That is from here like this, 10 and above. When you count there, you have 6 sums that are at least 10 over total element in the sample space, that is 36. So you have 6 over 36 as the required probability, which reduces to 1 over 6. D is the correct option. Question 48. A man would be S plus 10 years old in 8 years time. If 2 years ago he was 63 years, find the value of S. The age of the man would be S plus 10 in 8 years time. That is in the future. What of the man current age? So the man current age is s plus 10 minus 8, and you have s plus 2. Now 2 years ago, that is from the past, 2 years ago he was 63 years, so his current age is s plus 2. 2 years ago, you have to subtract 2, and the age is 63, plus 2 minus 2 is 0, so the value of s is 63. B is the correct option. Question 49. The equation of a line is given as 3s minus 5y equal to 7. Find its gradient or slope. If you can rearrange the equation in this form, m, the coefficient of s, is the gradient. So this is the given equation. So let's transfer minus 5y to the right so that it becomes positive, and you transfer 7 in, it becomes negative. You have it in this form. To have y standing alone, divide through by 5. So y is equal to 3 over 5s minus 7 over 5. You now have it in this form, where m is equal to coefficient of s, and that is 3 over 5, which becomes the gradient. B is the correct option. Question 50. For what value of s is 4 minus 2s over s plus 1 undefined? For undefined expression, denominator is equated to 0. So you have s plus 1 equal to 0. If you simply solve for s, you have s equal to minus 1. B is the correct option. Petakus Simplified Maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share PSM videos. If you are watching and viewing from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Share PSM videos. To end this paper, there is every need for you to be saved if you are not. To be saved, you simply give your life to the Lord Jesus Christ and confess him as your Lord and personal Savior. If you are saved already, congratulations, live righteously and be prepared, because on the last day some will be taken and some will be left. Take good care of yourself, stay out of trouble, study your books, do the needful at all times, flee every appearance of evil, don't defraud others to make money, use your hands and your brain to work genuinely and legally, and the Lord will bless you. Goodbye and stay tuned.